Good morning, folks. Yes, we've got a bunch of gold tone stuff, mainly bracelets by the look of it, but that looks like they may be well, at least a little locket or something. So that may be necklaces, or it might just be a little charm that's on a bracelet. Oh, hell, we're just about to find out. So there's a few baggies of stuff. Looks like there's a little locket there too. So let's go. Now, I do like gold tone bracelets. I don't wear them, but they're always good things to sell because they are popular. And even if you just have like one on its own that's not too special, pair it up with a few other things and have a little stack, and it's quite nice. So let's see what we have got. Obviously we're looking for names and stuff. I don't think that's a particularly old one, that, but it might go in a little stack because it's in good condition and everything. So that's cool. This one feels very light. Very light. It's probably a Luxor steel. That'll go into a vintage lot. Little bezel set crystal one with the Swarovski tag. This is a vintage Swarovski one. So that's cool. That's something I would sell for sure. Always popular, the bezel set stuff. That one is ready for engraving. Can't see any marks or anything on it. Can we see a little bit of the underneath coming through? I think so. But it's got potential. All right, that's a necklace. Quite a nice flat chain there, but it is broken, so that'll go into a broken lot. That one is mad well worn, isn't it? All of the plating's come off that. I don't think there's any shining that up. That's a pretty little one. Oh, look, it's got little rose stations. That's really sweet. Yeah, I like that one. That one's got a willy on it. I'm joking. This is the kind of thing that, see how it's got two clips, that if you're already wearing a chunky chain around your neck, pretend that's a chunky chain around your neck, you can then add that to it to have like a layering effect. So that can be quite handy. Or obviously wear it as a bracelet as well. And this is the little heart pendant charm. I think it's just gold tone. A nice chunky bracelet that has got a little bit of wear to it, so I'll probably put that into a vintage lot. Another necklace, that's a very sparkly one. Are you going to be Swarovski? No, yes you are, but I can't remember the brand. This is a Swarovski offshoot brand, something and something, and I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, that is a Swarovski crystal. It's just their more high street kind of brand, as in like slightly cheaper. But yeah, that is a Swarovski branded one, but not Swarovski. It's the same company, you know what I mean. That looks like it's missing a little something from there. I'll probably put that into a broken lot. That one will go into a vintage lot, probably gold plated. It will be nice for layering. And that one I'll put in a crafter lot. And that one will go in a lot also. Next little baggie, I see a little whistle. And what does that say? Get the loop out. Oh, it says Hong Kong and it's upside down. That's why I couldn't read it. That's cool. I mean, I know there's some wear on it. Okay. Yeah, I might sell that one. It's fun. I know there's wear, but I think someone might like it. Oh, this might all be necklaces. A lovely détanglement. pretty little rose on there. If I get more of these red rose things, I might put them all together. And then that's a good stacking one, that, but there's a bit of wear on it, so I'll probably put that in a broken vintage lot. Another crystal-y one, but that'll go in a vintage lot. That's another nice stacking one, isn't it? But that'll go in a vintage lot. That's a lovely chain, that. I had one like that that ended up being 10 karat gold, you know. Yarp yarp. But it's actually pilgrim. But that is a really nice chain, that, like the Mariner link. But that'll go into my pilgrim bundle, ready for a whatnot show at some point. This very well worn one will go in craft. And that one in a vintage lot. A multi-chain one. Again, very lightweight, so that's probably a Luxor steel. That'll go in a vintage lot, which will be coming on the 14th. Yes, I'll be listing them. Could do a little bundle of these ones, these type of ones together. A little stack of those is quite cool. That's a Marks and Spencer's. That'll go into a 2 kg. That one in a vintage lot. And that one in a crafter lot. Oh, there we go. Bags within bags. Gold tone. Also gold. Will it be any real gold? Who knows? What dares to dream about? That looks like a little CZ in there. And probably, is that Avon? Yep. That'll go in a lot. And that one. And that one. And that one. That's pretty, but it's a little bit too worn. Really worn away there. That'll go in a vintage broken lot. I mixed up my lots already. There we go. Little bit of faux moonstone there. Just a bit of glass. That's quite nice though. A little bit of wear, but it's a cool design, so someone might like that. And that's just a bit of a Luxor steel chain. Wow. A mother of pearl bullet. Oh, that's cool. What does it say on there? P-I-N, Pindad. 68. I don't know if that's a thing, but maybe that's like a bit of trench art or something. I don't know. Cool chain as well. Definitely an unusual item. That'll go in a 2 kg. Maybe a little bit of silver, maybe. Not sure. We'll test that one, keep that aside. Don't think the chain is, but maybe the charms are. This one looks like silver. What's happened here? It looks like it was once a bracelet that has been taken apart and put on its side, and yes. That's a shame, isn't it? Unfortunately, that'll go in scraps. I don't think the chain is silver. We have a locket Is there anything inside? No. It's not the lost treasure of the Sierra Madre. That'll go in craft. And this long one, that'll go in craft as well. That's a nice chain, isn't it? Probably just silver tone or stainless steel. That's quite nice. Might sell that one. And that one looks like an alpaca Mexico. Tiny little pendant. Probably wants an earring actually. I'll put that in a vintage lot. Another little baggie. I thought this was all going to be bracelets, but no, I was wrong. Very well worn coral necklace that can go in vintage broken. That's pretty, but look, the clasp is broken. Shame. I'll go in craft. Probably a silver plated vintage chain, so that'll go in a vintage lot. A little sparkly green heart that doesn't want to let go. It's attached to that little bit. They can both go in vintage. That'll go in craft. Ah, a bunny, an articulated bunny at that. Oh, I like him. That's fun. Can't see any marks, but what does that say on there? Does that say Avon and then made in Ireland? But would they have done something like that? I'm not sure. It's cool anyway. I like that one. That one will go in a vintage lot. Ah, shame that's missing stones. And they'll go in craft. And another little baggie. Ooh. Baggie within a baggie again. I'll just go in 2 kg. Don't think it's... No. What on earth is happening here? Are you a necklace or what? I think it looks like another Avon bit there. The butterfly attached to it. Okay, that's a little vintage butterfly one. I'll put that in a vintage lot. That one is broken. And then, yeah, well, that's going to go in 2 kg. It's a bit bonkers. A vintage bracelet. Little sparkly, CZ sparkly one. That'll go in 2 kg. Yeah, that'll go in 2 kg as well. This one will go in a cameo lot. Don't think there's anything in here I'm particularly interested in. Seems to be a bunch of multi-strands. And pretty modern. Oh, apart from that one. That'll put in a vintage lot, but the rest will go in 2 kg. Here we go. Okay, now I think it's going to be all... Well, I say that. One last baggie. Oh, it's a little matching set at least. But they'll go in a vintage lot. Okay, bangles. So we are looking for, obviously gold, rolled gold, gold plate, cool vintage stuff, names. What does that say? Load PR, I don't think that's anything. And it's not in great condition either, so that'll go in craft. That's a nice vintage one. It's only a gold tone one. That bit's broken though. If it was in excellent condition, then I would sell that one separately, but that'll go into a vintage broken lot. Oh, shame, that's got really pretty detail on there. It is quite well worn. I'll put that in a vintage lot. And we've got like a tribally kind of one. Now they've put markings there. It's stamped 925. It's probably, it's stamped 925 silver. Huh? I mean, it can't be. It's probably had its silver plate taken off it. And it was being cheeky. I quite like the design though. Obviously I'll test it for silver because, you know, can't be right all the time. But I suspect it might not be. Pretty little vintage one with a little sparkle. That'll go in a vintage lot. Paper clip chain one. Go in a lot. And that looks like it's broken off something. So that'll go in craft. That one I'll put in a vintage lot. That's lovely and bright. Sometimes these end up being like a high carat gold. I have had that before. I don't think that's going to be, but we'll keep it aside and test just in case. And a Luxor steel bangle. That'll go in 2 kg. I would love to find some rolled gold in here. That one's got so much plating come off it. That'll go in a vintage broken lot. Oh, that's quite nice. And the filigree attached to it is as well. That's pretty. I'd weigh that. Don't think I can see any marks on it, but I wonder if that's some kind of stone, because it is flashing blue. I like that. That's Sid turned on, so we'll come back to this bangle later. This one might be gold over silver, possibly. So we'll test that one also. And that one looks like a rolled gold. Yep, rolled gold. 10 years guaranteed. Well, I think it's been a little bit longer than 10 years. Bless. And a lot of it is coming off there. So I put that in broken vintage. Some Toledo Damascene. That's kind of a fun one with these little panels. Little Spanish horsey. That's cool. Probably put that in a Damascene lot that I've got on the go. Yes, I do. That's just going to go in craft. Little simple chain, that'll go in a vintage lot. And that'll go in craft. And that bit. That one's a little bit well worn in places. I'll go in a vintage lot. Ah, there you go. That's something I could stack with that one. Put a few together. Oh, wow. Now that's a little bit worn. Would you? No, they wouldn't go together. That's a shame. If that was spiffing, then that would be a sell separate, but there is a bit of wear to it. So I'll go into a vintage lot. Just a plain chain, that'll go in 2 kg. Another bit of little starriness. That'll go in a vintage lot. That's quite a nice one, in good condition, so yeah, I'd sell that one separately. Ah, that's pretty. Pretty little hearts. But that'll go in 2 kg. £5. £5 for whatever this is. What is it? It is by Aurelia. Aurelia. I'll probably put that in 2 kg. Some Aurelia can sell separately. I can't be bothered making up bundles, so that one will go in vintage broken. Nice long chain, but that'll go in vintage lot. And that'll go in vintage broken. What brand is that? Can't even read it. Oh, it might have been Monet. But that one is very well used, isn't it? Vintage lot. And that's Visa. I'll go in 2 kg. Oh, now we've got some Japanese damascene, and that will be 24 karat gold inlay. It's got all these lovely scenes. Beautiful. Yeah, that's something I'd sell separately. Give it a good clean up. Gorgeous. Very nice. That one will go in broken vintage. Plain old metal bangle, that'll go in a metal bangles lot. That one I'll put in a metal bangle lot as well. That one will go in the Toledo damascene lot. No marks on that, or is there? They just look like they're chewing marks. Like teeth marks. It's pit marks. I might test that for gold. That isn't, you can see the brass coming through, but might be worth testing the end bit. That's very well used. That'll go in broken vintage. Another bit of Toledo damascene. That'll go in the lot. And another one. It's mucky on the inside, but on the outside is still quite nice, so I'll put that in the lot as well. That's a much older one. It's got the bulls on it, like the bull running. It's quite a bit of damascene all going into a lot. Ah, shame. That would have been quite pretty. What does that say? Avon. But that's got quite a bit of weight to it. That's a big chonker, isn't it? Nice machine etched one. I reckon that could polish up quite nice. Yeah, I like that. I can polish that one up. That'll go in craft. Another Toledo damascene for the lot. That one is a bit of wear there. That was Monet. So there's gold plating on there, but I'll put that in vintage broken. And that one as well. Copper and brass. Like they plait it and then they flatten it down. That'll go in a metal bangle lot. That one will go in a broken vintage. Oh, that's a nice one. A little bit of wear to that though. It's nice on the outside, but there's just a bit of plate wear, so that'll go into a vintage lot. Chunky chain bracelet, that'll go in 2 kg. Little faux crystal-y type one, that'll go in 2 kg. That one will go in a vintage lot, and that one will go in craft. Okay, So we've got some nice bracelets. I love that little bunny there, and the damascene, and that, and that. They're cool. We are going to do a tiny little bit of testing, not too much. So we're just going to give, I think that's going to be silver. Yeah, that's going to be silver. But that chain I don't think is going to be. Nope. So I'll take that off there, and then unfortunately that will be scrapped, which is a shame. It's cute little, probably a souvenir from Egypt by the looks of it. Oh well. It's had its time, it's had its fun. It's time to pay for my holiday. No, I don't think that is. That'll just go in a vintage lot. That could be silver. That would be nice if that was. And then that one said it was going to be silver, which is hilarious. Look at that brass coming through there. I'll put that in a metal bangle lot though. That's fun. And then we'll give this one a scratch. I'm just curious. Yeah, you see it's copper coming through there, but it's still a nice bangle. Where's my solution? So we'll just, looking for that bit and that bit to go red. Yep, bright red. So there you go. That's a bit of gold over silver filigree. Needs a good clean up. And then that's my scrap silver. And then I'm going to test, we'll test that stone, and then we'll test these bits for gold. I'm saying that's probably a no. That's got a nice gold plate on it. Nope, neither of them are gold. That's a shame. So that'll go in vintage broken, and then that'll go into a like Indian Bollywood costume jewellery lot. And then we just need to check that stone in the bangle that I quite liked. So bring on the Sid. Now I'm guessing that it's probably a moonstone, and there's no moonstone setting on here, but it definitely tests as like more than just glass. I'm thinking that it is indeed a moonstone, because it has got, look at that lovely flash there. So that's quite nice. That is something I'd sell. If it was just a bangle on its own, wouldn't be too bothered, but because it's got the nice stone in it, then yep, that's cool. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed that one. I think this is going out on a Sunday morning, so enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I shall catch you next week. Bye bye now. Bye bye.